Morning. How did you get in last night?
I know, I've gone 12.
Really? Lynn's get home all right then?
Nice, isn't she?
Yeah, I think she's smashing.
What, you mean Lindsay?
Yeah. I think it was a great idea of yours, actually, setting me up with a blind date. Have you got a telephone number?
Yeah, I have as it happens.
Great. Right. Well, I'll get it off you later. Listen, I reckon we should all go see the Maltese Falcon. I'll see you later.
I'll take a couple of digestives up for Annie. Make sure she keeps her strength up.
Right. How's she feeling this morning?
Well, if you ask me, she seems a lot brighter. I think all this rest is beginning to do her some good.
Well, let's hope she's completely recovered by Christmas. We don't want her in a sickbed when Leonard arrives.
Oh, don't you worry about Annie, lass. She'll be up and about in no time. She'll be so full of beans, Leonard Kempinski won't know what's hit him when he comes to Emmerdale.
Hi, Amos. You again?
Hi, Jack. It's my turn to play nurse.
How's she doing?
She's a lot better. I was just saying to Sarah, she's going to be fine for her surprise at Christmas. Any road, I'd best get this trail.
Surprise, eh? So that's what these little meetings with Amos have been about.
Well, I was going to tell you earlier, but you've been a bit difficult to get hold of, let alone talk to, for the past few days.
Yeah, I know, love. I'm sorry. I've been busy. So what's this surprise?
Amos has asked an old friend to visit.
Who?
No one we know.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can do these whilst you're at it. So, at least I'll let you out again then. I've been meaning to ask you something, Michael.
Oh, aye.
What do you do at night? I mean, stuck up there in your room. What do you get up to?
I read.
All right. Bit strange though, isn't it?
What is reading?
No. Locking yourself away like that. I mean, if I knew I was going to prison in a few weeks, locking myself away is the last thing I'd do.
Come on! I haven't got all day!
Is Jack about?
You've just missed him. He's gone into Houghton.
Oh, I must have forgotten.
Forgotten what?
You're supposed to be taking me to the bank.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. He's got a lot on his mind at the moment.
Oh, it's all right. I'll catch the bus.
Well, don't bother getting a return. You'll probably bump into him in town. He'll give you a lift back.
Oh, it's okay. I've arranged the lift back already.
Oh, right.
Tank hasn't been.
Sure.
See ya.
Bye.
Annie says thank you for tea and biscuits. Only next time she says, can you warm pot first?
She definitely is on the mend. I suppose that's one less thing to worry about.
You've a lot on your plate. I've known this family long enough, Sarah, to be able to tell when things are not as they should be. Come on, I'll put kettle on and I'll make sure it's a warm pot.
I might have known. Morning, Jack. Has this got something to do with you? This flaming lorry blocking the road.
It is delivering equipment for the holiday village, if that's what you mean.
Well, what's it doing here, then?
It took a wrong turning, Jack. These things happen.
Look, why don't you just knock the whole blasted place down, then I won't have to worry about having me way blocked.
I won't pretend I don't think Annie's been unfair pushing Jack into a corner. I mean, think how Jack feels. He's a good farmer who wants to get on and farm, and he feels nobody will let him. Thank you. I know Jack might be going about this the wrong way, Amos, but Emmerdale means everything to him. It's his life.
I mean, it's Annie's life on all the nose, and has been since long before Jack were born.
But she doesn't want to be part of it anymore.
There comes a time in your life, Sarah, when you have to say to yourself, enough is enough. I've worked all my life, I'm not getting any younger, and now I'm going to enjoy myself while I still can. I went through exactly the same as Annie's going through now. How do you think dear old Henry Wilkes felt when I told him as I were going to give up the Woolpack?
Like Jack feels now.
Exactly. But I knew I'd given everything I had to give, and I was now going to enjoy myself while I still could. If only Henry had followed suit, he might still be here today.
You can't blame yourself for his death.
Oh, well, that's as may be, Sarah. But I'm determined to make sure the same thing doesn't happen to Annie.
Morning. I thought you might appreciate some trout.
Thanks.
How was your night out?
Terrific.
Oh, that good, eh? Well, Nick seemed very happy when he came back. He seems quite taken with this girl,
Lindsay.
Lindsay. What's she like?
Oh, she's absolutely gorgeous.
You don't have to feel embarrassed about it.
Eh?
Well, just because Nick used to live with my daughter doesn't mean I don't want to hear that he's found happiness with someone else. I mean, you can tell me.
No, you don't understand.
I mean, he deserves some happiness. I hope she's good for him.
Yeah,
He needs
all
someone who's
right, you don't have to go on about it.
What on earth's the matter with you?
Life's complexities. It's all tangled webs, isn't it?
How's Julie?
Oh, heck.
Do you want to talk about it?
Just goes to show, doesn't it? You never know what's round the corner.
No. Well, I'd best be off. Don't forget to put the fish in the fridge.
Yeah, I'll wash it later.
There you go.
Thanks.
How you feeling?
Tired. I couldn't sleep a wink last night.
I'm not surprised. It must have been a right shock finding someone in the backyard.
Well, like I keep saying to Sandy, it was probably just a drunk.
Nevertheless, if you were worried, you should have called the police.
There'd have been no point. Like Rachel said, they'd have been miles away by the time the police got here.
Yeah, I suppose so. There's been a lot of break-ins around here recently. You really should have reported it.
It doesn't matter now. We're just trying to forget it.
Yeah, I suppose so. So, what time are we heading out tonight?
Actually, I think I might give it a miss tonight.
What about the tickets?
I know, I just don't feel up to it.
Oh, come on, San, you'll be fine. Listen, you go back to bed and have a good sleep, and tonight you'll be right as rain.
You're not going out, are you?
No, me and Rachel are staying right here. You go get your head down.
Yeah, you'll feel much better after a kip. We'll have a really good time tonight.
Yeah.
You took your time.
Yeah, thanks to Frank Tate.
What?
Half the roads between here and Hotton are snarled up with his lorries.
What, for the haulage yard?
No, blasted contractors for the holiday village. You must think people around here have got nothing better to do than sit in traffic jams all day.
It can't be that bad, Jack. It's the Hotton Road, not the M25.
But don't you worry. That'll be the next thing if Frank Tate has his way. A flaming motorway. Hello, Emmerdale. What? Well, there must be. Well, that's just great, isn't it?
What is it?
Milk tanker can't get through. One of Tate's lorries has shed its load and the road's blocked. Well, he's really done it this time.
What are you going to do?
What I should have done ages ago. Sort Frank Tate out once and for all.
Jack! Jack, wait for me!
No, then, Archie. You all right, mate?
If you've come back to phone Lindsay, you needn't bother, because I phoned her earlier. She's not in.
All right. No, I've come back because I forgot my sandwiches.
Is that all you're bothered about?
What?
Your flaming sandwiches.
What's up with you?
What's up with me? I'm a broken man, that's what's up with me. I phoned her earlier now to tell her there'd been a misunderstanding. To tell her that last night was all one big mistake.
Well, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, you can say that again.
I mean, Archie, it's not often you go out on a double date and end up with each other's partners.
Why did you want Lindsay's phone number?
Oh, that? No, just to see whether you and she fancied making up another foursome with me and Julie.
Where is he, Joe?
Who?
Your flaming boss.
Frank?
Well, he's your boss, isn't he? Now, where is he?
Now, hang on, what's wrong?
What's wrong? Frank Tate's lorries deliberately block the road so the milk wagon can't get through, and you're asking me what's wrong?
What are you on about?
Him! Him in there, Frank Flaming Tate, trying to put me out of business.
Now, just calm down. Let's sort this out, you and me, OK?
Oh, that's it, Joe. Do his dirty work for him. Lick the boss's boots.
No, I don't have to take all that. No, I'm sorry you've lost your milk, but it's no one's fault.
Well, that's where you're wrong, Joe.
It's Frank Tate's lorries that are blocking the road, so as far as I'm concerned, it's Frank Tate's fault. Tate! Get out here! Tate! Jack! Where is he, Joe? Down the holiday village.
Ah, Jack. Hello again. I'll give you hello.
What's going on, Frank?
I don't know.
Not much you don't. How many people's lives do you want to ruin, Tate? You won't be happy till there's not a farm left in this valley.
Come on, Jack.
Leave me, Joe. This is between me and him.
Not when you're behaving like this.
Leave me be, Joe!
Frank, do something.
Like what?
Jack. It's okay, Joe. Let him go. Come on, Jack. Let's go home.
For my wife.
Oh, Eric! How lovely. What's the occasion?
Does there have to be one?
Okay, let me put it another way. Why the big smile?
Well, I took your advice.
My advice?
I've sold the Spitfire.
For how much?
Well, let's say just enough for us to be able to book a table. The Italian and Houghton.
How lovely. When?
Tonight, which gives us enough time to go over the road and toast Sebastian's health.
Sebastian. Is that who bought it?
No. Sebastian the Spitfire, remember?
Of course. How could I forget?
Anything good on the telly?
Dunno.
Don't you ever watch the box?
Yeah, sometimes. Prefer reading these days.
All right. What's that?
Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, it's horrible that. I saw the video. It's about some psycho that attacks women in it.
The book's better than the film.
No, I don't like things like that. I prefer love stories. Don't you?
Not particularly, no.
Now, Romeo and Juliet, that's a good book. We did it at school. Have you ever read it?
Yeah, ages ago.
It's good, innit? The ending's so sad.
Yeah, very sad.
Where are you going?
Fancied an early night.
It's only 6:30.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Have fun.
I'm not having Jack Sugden storming up here shouting the odds at me every time something goes wrong.
So, what are you going to do?
I'm not sure. But if I have to, I'll see the solicitor. Some sort of restraining order on him.
Look, I know Jack was out of order, but don't you think you're going a little too far? I mean, he is Joe's brother, after all.
Yeah, and that doesn't make it any easier.
I'll get that.
Joe?
Coffee?
No thanks, I'm not stopping. I just popped in to say sorry about this afternoon.
So am I.
Frank.
And for what it's worth, I think Jack regrets it as well.
Yeah, Joe, I've heard it all before. He's under a lot of pressure.
Frank, this isn't easy for me, you know.
I know. I'm sorry. I just wish your brother would stop and think before he comes charging up here, upsetting everyone.
Well, so do I, but that's Jack's way, always has been.
Sure you don't want that coffee?
No, Tar. I wouldn't say no to something stronger, though.
Make sure you double lock it, Rach.
I always do.
Are all the windows shut?
Yeah, you texted me, Jess.
Yeah, the place is watertight, Sam. Now, don't worry.
Come on, otherwise we're going to get late.
Miles just nodded off. What's that you're reading?
The insurance. See if we're covered for the milk.
At least one of us is thinking straight.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. I can't make head or tail of it. I'll have to phone them tomorrow.
Thanks.
What for?
Being here. I need you.
always be here for you, no matter what happens.
I know.
Oh, come on, Joe. If I got as worked up as Jack, every time something went wrong with the business, I'd have had a heart attack years ago.
Yeah, but with Jack, it's not a question of business or money. It's about preserving a way of life.
But he's got to make money to be able to carry on.
Yeah, I know, and in his heart of hearts, Jack believes it as well, but that's his trouble. He's always been a dreamer.
The first thing you learn when you're working for yourself, Joe, there's no room for sentiment where business is concerned.
I know, Frank. That's why I'm here, working for you. Doesn't mean to say I don't miss farming sometimes. No, I think it all boils down to the fact that I don't have the guts to live and die for something I believe in. See, I remember when I was working in France, there was this village called Saint Anthracène. It was high up in the Alps, lovely place. Now, in the 50s, it virtually died. Nobody get a living off the land. And then in the 60s, a couple moved there with their goats and their sheep, and they tried to make it work because they had a dream.
So what happened?
They worked themselves into an early grave. There's a memorial to them in the graveyard. It reads, "May their dreams live on with them in heaven."
That's sad. But I bet you they were still happy, doing what they wanted to do, living their dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also proves that just working hard often isn't enough. It all boils down to making a profit.
Frank?
Yeah, Frank's right, Kim. Dreams and reality are miles apart, but reality always wins in the end. Just hope Jack realises that before it's too late.
Archie, I've been meaning to have a word with you.
Oh, what's up?
Well, nothing's up. I just wanted your advice.
What about?
But you see, I've always regarded you as the voice of the young of Beckendale.
What?
You know, the man with his finger on the pulse, or put it another way, the man who knows where it's happening.
Well, what's happening?
Well, you know, things.
What things? You've been drinking?
No, of course I haven't.
Well, what are you going on about then?
Well, let me put it this way. Do you think the Woolpack is a pub for the young?
Take a look around, Alan. What do you think?
Yes, I see what you mean.
Anyway, since when have you been bothered about young people?
I've always had the concerns of the young at heart. No, I want my pub to serve a whole cross-section of this community.
So this has got nothing to do with an application for a reduction in your poll tax, then?
What do you know about that?
Community spirit, old boy. Everybody knowing everybody else's business.
Evening, old boy. After you. Usual, please. And, have one yourself. Oh, that's very kind of you, Eric.
Eric sold the Spitfire. That's why we're out celebrating.
You've done what?
Beg your pardon, Archibald?
You mean you've actually sold that heap of junk to someone?
That heap of junk, as you so put it, is a classic British sports car, and a fair price was agreed upon.
All right. Well, you won't have much of a night out, will you, with a £5 in your pocket? Feel sorry for the poor beggar who's bought that off you.
Frank has no time for dreamers.
Right for him to say that. He's realised all his dreams.
No, he's wrong. Must be incredibly difficult to give up everything and go for what makes you happy.
Not many people are brave enough to do that.
No.
You can't live on dreams alone. You got to eat.
I knew you'd say that.
Well, Jack's finding that out right now.
Still can't help admiring him, though. He's a brave man.
Well, I can see him getting nowhere arguing with you. So tell me, what are your dreams?
Oh, small private ones.
Well, people who have everything are only allowed small ones.
That's a rotten thing to say.
Yeah, fair's fair. Thanks for the drink. I'm just going to say good night to Frank.
Bye, Joe.
Hey, they were brilliant.
Yeah, I knew you'd like them.
I'm really glad I decided to come. What next?
Well, how about another drink?
Oh, not for me. I'm on an early tomorrow.
All right, then. How about some chips?
Yeah, all right.
Go on, then. I'm starved.
Oh, come on, Elizabeth, so I got a good deal.
More than that, according to Archie.
All right, so it needed a bit of work doing on it. It's always a risk buying a second-hand car. Anyway, Garage said it could run for ages.
They also said it could stop and seize up at any minute.
Oh, come on.
Just a minute, Eric. That sounds familiar. Spitfire, all right. I can't make out who's driving it.
Eric, couldn't you at least have got the exhaust fixed?
Whoever it is coming in.
Same again, please, Alan.
Mark!
Mark?
I don't believe it.
Mark, let me get you a drink, old boy. What are you going to have? Orange juice.
It's all very good.
Yeah.
Just chips, please.
Same for me, please. Oh, don't you want curry sauce with them?
Nothing for me, thanks.
Oh, nothing for her. Chips not good enough for you, eh? Fancy something a bit more hot and spicy instead. Why don't you just shut your face, you prat?
Look, Jay, I think we better go.
You heard her.
Jayesh, please.
Jayesh? What sort of name's that?
Jayesh!
Get out!
He started it.
Get out!
Can I have another one, please?
Yeah,
Morons.
Don't worry about them, they were just drunk.
Don't ask how much you paid Claude for that piece of scrap.
What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with it? What's right with it?
It's been all right so far.
Mark, don't you think it's just a little bit noisy?
Oh, I quite like it. It turns people's heads, ladies included.
That's why you bought it, is it?
Well, it can't do me any harm.
Well, if a girl's idea of a good night is spending it in a frozen, broken-down piece of tin, I suppose not.
How much, Eric?
Does it matter?
Of course it matters. Now, how much?
Well, £900.
£900?
Keep your voice down. I don't want the whole world to know my business.
I bet you don't. Right. How much were the flowers?
Sorry?
The flowers. How much were they?
They were a present.
Eric.
Very well. A tenner.
Right, so, let's see, that's £10 for the flowers, plus 3 vodkas and tonics, call that £5. There you go, £15.
What on earth?
Take it. I have no intention of drinking on the proceeds of your deal with Mark.
But Elizabeth!
You knew full well that you were taking advantage of Mark's lack of experience.
That boy's 19. He's an adult, for goodness sake.
And you're old enough to know better.
Elizabeth!
Good night, Eric. Enjoy your meal.
Where are you going?
Home. Good night.
Come on, son, have a chip.
I'm not hungry anymore.
Well, forget it, no one got hurt.
Yeah, I know. Sticks and stones.
Well, exactly. It's not as if we're not used to it.
I'll never get used to it.
I think it's awful. I mean, you hear a lot about it, but you don't ever think you'll come face to face with it. I just don't understand people behaving like that.
They do, though.
I had it all the way through school. To be honest, it's like water off a duck's back. Come on, have a chip. On your way home, Jayesh. Quick, run for it!
Jayesh!